Hi, and welcome to the Everyday Entrepreneur, where we talk about all of the ups and downs and all of the intricate turns that being an entrepreneur will take. My name is Kathy Jackson, and I will be guiding you on this tour. And today I have a couple of friends who are also everyday entrepreneurs and well respected in their area of expertise. And they are going to help us to unpack our subject today, which is success and what it really takes to achieve and maintain. So today I have with me Dr. Jennifer Turner, who is the founder of Mad Cool Fitness. And we have Donna McPherson, CPA, and she's a business advisor. Sorry, Donna. Well, I'm going to introduce the subject a little bit and kind of tell you guys where we're coming from with this, and then I'm going to let them jump in and talk with you about it in their area. So one of the challenges that I see today is that everybody is looking for this quick fix. Like we used to live in a microwave society where you have to wait a few minutes to get your food, but now we're in the TikTok era where from 1 second to the next, you over here and all of a sudden you're successful. Everybody's looking to get rich, get fit, be successful for 3 easy payments of $39.99, right? And if it were that simple, then we'd all be rich, happy, and living our dreams, right?
Yep.
No magic pills. So Dr. Jen, give us your perspective on this as you are into fitness. And that's one of the major areas that we all want instant, success. Like, how do I just show up?
Right. So well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show today. And yes, you're quite right. We live in a society that is really focused on instant gratification. And the problem with that is, sure, there are certain diets out there that you can do, that you can lose weight fast. But the problem is that you as a person haven't fundamentally changed. So you can ultimately be a fat person in a skinny person's body. And at a certain point, your external body will revert to what you are internally. So it's much better for you to learn. The whole Mad Cool Fitness philosophy is based on helping people to learn how to be healthy. And even though it may seem like, oh, who wants to learn, right? People just want to be skinny, but it's really more about this, which I think people can understand this analogy. I can give you a fish and you'll eat that day, or I can teach you how to fish and you'll eat every day. And so what I do with Mad Cool Fitness and the behavior change tools and wellness programs I've put together, they teach you how to fish. They teach you how to be healthy. And ultimately, when you really think about it, people are like, but I just want to be skinny now. The problem with that is usually people go through multiple cycles of yo-yo dieting. So this all becomes about the tortoise and the hare. So you can get skinny fast and then go back to gaining the weight. Most people gain the weight back and some. You can keep doing that over and over again. And ultimately, not only is that going to ultimately take you more time than if you had just done it consistently, you're also messing with your metabolism every time you do that. And also mentally, you're messing with your mind in that now you have this historical data of failure, of you going through this cycle over and over again and having, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Right.
And yet we do it, right? And yet we do it.
You mentioned that it was basically a mindset first.
Yes.
Before you could actually start putting things in place and seeing physical results, you had to make a decision.
That's right.
You wanted to live a different life.
That's right. And I think not that everybody, I think everybody to a certain extent who has an emotional relationship with food has somewhat disordered eating, not necessarily an eating disorder, but disordered eating, meaning that you are ascribing certain attributions and feelings and emotions to food, and food is taking over a certain power, quite frankly, in your life. And similarly, or I should say, what another challenge for people is with the exercise. They're like, oh, I just want to get skinny, but I don't actually want to do the work. But let me drop a little bit of knowledge on you on that, because just to say, people don't want to work, but work is good. I know some people just hung up the video. They were like,
Well,
we don't.
before you do that, Jen, let me ask you this: do you have a tip? Like, can we do just what is your to fit with what we're talking about? What is a small change that people can do who don't want to do the work, the exercise, but you don't jump all into it at once. It's a journey, as you mentioned. What's like a tip that somebody can do if they're just getting up off the couch?
So I'd say there are a couple of things. So one is really understand what your healthy life vision is. Why do you want to be healthy? Because that is going to be your North Star to help you, to guide you through your process of getting fit. And then the second thing is start with small things. Really be first of all mindful of what you're doing, your behaviors, what you're eating, what you're drinking. And I'm not saying go, go from eating Big Macs to just, Brussels sprouts every day or something like that. But be aware. If you have a problem, the first thing that you have to do is be aware of it. So be aware of what you're actually doing. Once you're like, oh, I'm drinking a lot of soda, maybe cut back on the soda, maybe drink water.
Maybe add an apple when you don't eat fruit.
Maybe
That's what I started doing.
Right. But I also believe that you shouldn't do things like, if you don't like apples, you shouldn't be eating apples, because if you force yourself to eat that apple, you're going to eat that apple like a couple of days, and then you're going to be like, bump this. I'm out the apple business. So you need to
it was what I could eat. Yeah.
It's a marriage of, like, first of all, knowledge, be aware of what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're doing, and then start to make small changes that are kind of consistent with who you are. So for example, if you don't like running,
I'm sorry, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, because we don't have a lot of time. I want to get Donna in on the conversation. So the small steps over time consistently is what leads to good, significant results. Donna, how does that affect us in terms of finance?
So part of what I do, as you well know, Kathy, I work with entrepreneurs who want to have a better business that will take care of them, not just now, but also later. And so my primary, one of the things I do right up front is learn what it is they want out of their business. Some people just want to be able to have enough income for now. Some people, it's a side hustle. When you understand what you want out of the business, you're able to set goals that are in alignment with that. So you make the money. I have like three things I say: you make your money, you protect it, and you grow it. So whatever the success is that you want, you first have to know why you want it, and then the purpose it's going to serve in your life. So you can set some timelines and some benchmarks. So if it is just like when you're taking a road trip, you have a GPS that gives you directions, it gives you landmarks. When you are on a success track, you also want to have what will make you feel that you're successful. So if someone wants to, I had a client that won enough money to start a business. It was over a 5-year period, 50,000, 10,000 a year. So you can look half year mark. Did I save 5,000? Am I going to get to my 10,000? So to answer your question is, you have to set some realistic goals that you can track. And when you're tracking and you're on point, you know you're getting there. If you're not, then you know it's one of two things. Either I am not doing the work, I'm not being realistic about my goals, or I'm just not committed enough.
Yeah.
So success comes with when you know what you want and you commit to it and you have a plan to get there.
Okay. And so what I see that's kind of crossover between what both of you have shared is number one, visualize what you want, what the end result is that you want to get, setting goals, understanding uh, your mindset. You have to do something different than what you're doing now,
Mhm.
and you have to do it consistently. Now, here's the problem. What you guys are saying is so true and it's so on point. And if you guys if people put a plan together and they consistently made the right choices over time, they would have massive success, but they want it now, right? Everybody wants it now. So um, I am a huge proponent of consistency over time equals success. But there also are ways that I think that you can build momentum,
Mhm.
right? Um, and some of those we've mentioned about setting goals. I think one thing that Donna, you may have mentioned it. The first thing is you have to be clear. You have to be clear of where you are, because if you financially don't have the funds that you want, you didn't get there overnight. You know, there were some
Right.
choices, right, that they made in spending or saving that has landed you where you are. Same with your eating, you know, and same in your business. So
Absolutely.
what are some things that that you guys think that can, yes, we need to take small steps. That's the first thing. You got to take a small step. You have to take a step. You have to take some action. But in terms of building momentum, you know, how does that person who is determined know what they want to do financially, know what they want to do health wise, and
Mhm.
they are looking to get faster results? How can it, what are some things they can do? I'll start with Donna.
The Donna or what did you say?
And I'll start with Donna. Donna,
Yes.
because I'm gonna
So,
do with finance and then I'm gonna go back to fitness.
so here's what I'm going to say. The number one thing is you have to mind your own business. Stop looking at other people's success reel and comparing it to your in the trenches moment.
Mhm.
You are not going to know how long it took somebody to get there, all the trials and tribulations they've had to deal with in order to achieve that level of success. And if you keep looking at other people's success and comparing it to yours, you're going to feel inadequate, or you're going to feel like you need to move faster or do something. People do not always tell you their struggles, but they're really quick to flash their successes so
Amen.
everybody can see it. And that is one of the reasons I wrote this book, The Price of Fake is Real. Because if you keep paying attention to other people and not minding your own business, you will never achieve your success.
I like that. I'll be liking to dance when I hear good stuff. That's good stuff, Donna. Thank you so much, guys. Did you hear that? What's the name of your book again?
The price of fake is real, how to stop pretending and gain real business success. But it can also be real personal success. You know, there's this old adage, fake it till you make it.
Mhm.
No, you don't want to do that because you can run out of time and never get an opportunity to make it. Stop faking it and be real.
Woo. And that's some word. Those are words of wisdom, people. Words of wisdom. These ladies are sharp. All right, Dr. Jen,
I'm-
tell us how we know we have to do small changes, but what are some things we can do to get some momentum? We're dedicated. Just assume we're dedicated. What are some
well,
things we can do?
so what, a couple things. So first of all, Donna, thank you for that, because I think you dropped some real knowledge on us on that with your comments. Um, you know, and just to piggyback on what you were saying, you know, when I was doing my endurance races, my marathons and all that, we always
Yes.
And how you build up success breeds success. So if you set a goal and you knock it out of the park with that goal, then you're kind of feeling yourself, feeling kind of confident. You're like, well, if I did that, let me try this. But don't be like, don't go from couch potato to I'm gonna run a marathon.
Don't we do that?
Because you will most likely not be successful. And then not only have you not succeeded, you've now created another failure. And that actually can be debilitating. So now you don't do anything. So now you've gone from the marathon to you ain't even going to walk around the block. Right. So it's very important that we have to take success and bring it down into smaller goals and things, get some quick wins under our belt. In psychology, there's this, and psychology is the basis for health behavior change. There's this concept of self-efficacy, basically this idea that you can do something, self-confidence. You need to build your self-confidence. And I would wager that not only do you need to build your self-confidence in fitness, I would imagine you probably have to build your self-confidence in finances. If you want to get out of debt, there's something to be, there's a psychological momentum around paying off those smaller bills sooner. You want a couple bills under your belt, you're kind of feeling like, okay, I got something done. Now let me attack this other thing. So similarly in fitness, it's like, even if it's just doing 10 minutes of physical activity every day, but you do it every day, you're starting to build that self-confidence, you're starting to build that habit. And from there, you can start to set bigger goals and more complex goals, but you do it step by step by step. I refer to building fitness as you are building your fitness foundation, similar to like when you build a house. You don't start off with the window treatments, what color the wallpaper is going to be. No, you got to pour the foundation, right? Because if you don't have a solid foundation, I don't care what your wallpaper is going to look like. That house is going to come
the house is going to come tumbling down.
You have some big problems.
Right.
So it's very important so that you can have a sense of having it now, but you just have to change the now and the success of now to be something manageable that you can actually achieve.
That is awesome.
If I can jump on that, piggyback on that, when we think of wanting something, and if it seems like it's going to take a longer time, we get discouraged. So I agree, we should break it down into smaller pieces, bite size, and we all know what we can handle now. Do what you can handle now, celebrate that, and then go to the next step, because it's a win.
It is. And so this is what I found is, I read it somewhere, we tend to overestimate how much we can accomplish in a year. Thus the New Year's resolution, right? At the end of the year, we're all fired up and we're gonna lose weight, save money, start that business, you know, everything is, we can get this done. And then by January 15th, we're out of steam. But what we do is we underestimate what we can accomplish in 5 years. See, that doesn't fit in with the TikTok brand. 5 years sounds a long way away, but I often tell people, think about where you were 5 years ago and where you are now. there's probably some significant changes. And if over time you had been saving some money, or, eating more vegetables, or walking a couple of extra blocks consistently and adding on and doing more and more because you got a few wins. You're right, Jim. You get those wins, you feel good. And it makes you want to keep doing that.
Absolutely.
So I think we put too bigger goals. I like that. We need to have bite-sized goals. We need to reframe success. I love that idea. And we need to acknowledge where we are now and what we can do now, and start where we are right now and just get started.
And keep our eyes on the end goal, because that's the motivation. I recall when I said I wanted to become a CPA, I was going to school in the evening, and someone said to me, "Oh my God, Donna, it'll take you 10 years. It did take me 10 years, but I made it. Had I not done it, I would have looked back and wish I had taken the steps.
Yeah. Well, I would just say also, life is both long and short. It's short in that you don't want to waste time doing things you don't want to do, that don't add value, that don't bring you joy. But it's also long in that, so 10 years, yeah, that was an investment of time. But Donna, you have a whole lifetime in front of you where you are building a business off of that. So that investment was worth it. So in the grander scheme of a life, it's worth the time. But I think what people need to understand with time also is that they're investing in themselves, right?
Yes.
Like that. So that's really important, to stop thinking of it like I got to have it now. But it's really like you're investing in yourself. You're building yourself. You're building for the future. You're going towards something. So, and there's a certain amount of time that's needed in order for that to really kind of take root and for that to grow. But again, we can have these smaller wins along the way and celebrations that can keep us on our journey. Like I said, with fitness, I'm 46 years old. Yep, I just put my age out there on blast. I sure did it.
Good for you.
And I'm 46, and I had no idea. So in some ways, my fitness journey has been 46 years in the making, but certainly these last 22, it was when I was 24 that I made the decision that I had to focus on my health. And I can't believe that 22 years have passed, but because I've been every day on top of my fitness, on top of trying, making efforts to live healthy. I didn't say when I was 24, I'm going to do this for 22 years. I was like, what am I doing today? What am I doing right now? Is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to my goal or further away from my goal? What can I do today? So I do one thing one day, attack that, and then I'm on to the next day,
And so one of the other things that you can do to help speed up the momentum of these things, where we're saying bottom line is you have to pour a foundation. You have to have a foundation for whatever your goals are. You have to have a plan, and you have to get started now with where you are. But one of the other things that can help propel you forward faster is by getting a coach. And Jen, you talk about investing time. If you are really serious about making changes in any areas of your life, whether it's your relationship, your spiritual goals, your finances, your business, or your fitness, there's going to be a certain amount of investment that you're going to need to make if you want to go further faster. You will have to invest time. You will have to invest in personal development. That is really the key to all of this, to everything that you want to do. You're going to have to develop yourself further than where you are. And the other thing that has really been helpful for me in my life has been investing in a coach. I'll tell you real quick my story. I'm going to pass it back to you girls to tell us what exactly you do, how people can get in contact with you. In case someone doesn't know who I am, my name is Kathy Jackson, and I'm the owner of Deja Hue Art. I own a paint and sip studio based out of Chicago, but we serve the world. We're virtual, and a project that we have coming up is we're going to have all of our classes online, so you can download them and paint in your home at your leisure. I'm an author. My book, Just Because You Know It Doesn't Make It Right, How to Paint a Prettier Picture for Your Life and Your Business. And it basically goes through the process that an artist goes through to transform and create a masterpiece. And it's a workbook, so you can transform any areas of your life. So if you're looking at your fitness or your finances, you can grab this workbook. It really helps you to keep those New Year's resolutions. And it's an aid to help you go through that process. But I'm also the creator of the BYOB 12-step program. Now that's not bring your own bottle. That's what we do at Deja Hue Art. But this is the build your own business 12-step plan, where we help corporate entrepreneurs, people who still work a 9-to-5 but have a business on the side. We help them to confidently transition out of corporate America by creating the right mindset and creating a business plan, a plan for business, so that you can you should transition into full-time business ownership without the fear of falling into bankruptcy, so you can live a more fulfilling life, have more fun, and have more financial stability. So if you fit in that category and you'd like to know more, you can reach me at dejahueart.com. We'll have all of our information will be in the feed, and I will also include a link to my free ebook on how to write a business plan. And if you just answer 8 simple questions, 8 steps to freedom, you can have a plan for your business, because I believe that's one of the challenges, that people jump ahead with their business without actually planning it out first. And so that's why a lot of entrepreneurs don't make it. So that's who I am. That's my story. Jen, go ahead and tell us how people can get in touch with you and how you help people as a coach.
Sure. So first of all, so my company is Mad Cool Fitness, madcoolfitness.com. If you want to contact me, it's Jennifer at madcoolfitness.com. And basically what I offer is a holistic approach to your wellness. I do health coaching, behavior change, health coaching programs. I teach fitness classes online. I'm actually going to be launching an online Mad Cool Fitness studio that will have fitness, mindfulness, nutrition, all in one place. And again, my whole saying is brain plus behavior equals body. So I'm all about you, first of all, getting in touch with your mind and your behavior and helping you to develop healthy lifestyle skills so that you can ultimately be healthy, not just for today, but always. So, and that's what I do. And I'm really, the reason why my company is called Mad Cool Fitness is because when you feel good and strong and healthy, and you are able to be fit under any conditions, that is what Mad Cool Fitness is: unconditional, empowered fitness. And that's what I'm trying to bring to all of you.
Awesome. And then you'll be cool, or you'll feel cool.
So there's fit, and then there's Mad Cool Fit. That's it.
That's right.
Donna, go ahead and tell us who you are and how they can get in touch with you, how you help.
So I am Donna McPherson, and I'm the CEO of D. McPherson CPA and Associates. And my company is a boutique firm. It's a CFO firm that helps success-driven entrepreneurs who wants to make sure that they're doing more than just making money. They want to make sure they have money, because we know of so many entrepreneurs who make money and still have no money. So I have a blueprint for each of them. I create a blueprint to take them from making money to protecting it from themselves, overspending, from taxes, and legally from people who want to steal your business. There's a lot of it out there. And and then create a plan for them to grow it so that they can retire when they choose to and have enough money to enjoy the life that they want. So, but other than that, I also give the everyday entrepreneur nuggets on things that are important for their business and personal success. And I do that through a company I formed called Profit Keepers Academy. And we have monthly sessions, real business talk sessions on the important elements, like whether it's pricing or whether it's how to add value, how to talk about your business in a way that it resonates with people and they know that it's right for them. And if you want to, I'd love for you to reach out and maybe join us at the next conversation we're having next month, because this is tax month. We're going to do it next month, and you can go to www.profitkeepersacademy.com and join, and I will notify you when we have our next real business talk session.
Well, I want to thank you ladies for joining me on the Everyday Entrepreneur. You guys have really laid out some great information out there. And if you guys want to talk with them, you want to talk with Jen, Dr. Jen, about health and fitness, or Donna about finances, your business, or you want to find out how you can, you know, fire your job, give us a call. All of our information will be in the feed, and feel free to reach out to them. I know they'd love to talk to you, and I'm so appreciative of their friendship that they will come on and help us with this topic. And just remember, guys, inch by inch, everything's a cinch. You don't have to eat the elephant all in one bite.
That's right.
Thank you, guys, and we will see you next time on the Everyday Entrepreneur.